Hello dear students, a very good morning to you all. Today I am going to start the second chapter of your English CB book. It's a poem, okay? The title of the poem is Govinda's Disciple. It is one of the most interesting poems of Kaviguru Rabindranath Tagore, right? So before we read the poem, let's learn something about the poet. As I just told you, the poet of this poem is Rabindranath Tagore, who was born in 1861 and who died in 1941. He was an artist and a philosopher. He composed music, songs, and wrote plays, stories, poems, travelogues, and novels. The national anthem of India and Bangladesh were composed by him. So our national anthem, India's national anthem, as you know, Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya Hai, it was composed by Kaviguru Rabindranath Tagore. His ability was not just limited to making literary creations, he was also a painter. So he painted also, he was a painter also. He won the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1913 and was the first Asian to be honored with it. So he received Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1913 for his collection of poetry. I think you know the name. It is Gitanjali, for which he received Nobel Prize for Literature. And he was the first to receive this prize. He was the first Asian to be honored with this prize. Okay, Tagore was popularly known as Gurudev. So we all know he is popularly known as Gurudev, or we also call him Kaviguru Rabindranath Tagore, right? So now let's begin. If you go through the poem, let me tell you about the poem. So you will get a story of a teacher and his student. Okay, now look at the lines. Please open your book at page number 12. The poem is Govinda's Disciple. Far below flowed the Ganga, quick and clear. Above frowned the jutting bank. Hills dark with the woods and scared with the torrents were gathered around. So from these lines we get the picture of a place, right? It is a place where river Ganga was flowing quick and clear. In the first line itself it is said, far below flowed the Ganga, quick and clear. Above from the jutting bank. So it's a place where river Ganga was flowing quick and clear, and above the river Ganga was the extending bank of the river. Okay, so this is a place where the river Ganga and its bank was situated nearby. Then in the next line, in the second line, hills dark with the woods and scared with the torrent were gathered around. So besides, there were hills which looked dark with woods, but all looked quite scared. Why they were scared? They all were scared with the swiftly flowing water. Okay, now move to the next lines, second stanza. Govinda, the great teacher, sat on the rock reading scriptures. When Raghunath, his disciple, proud of his wealth, came and bowed to him and said. So beside the river Ganga, the great teacher, whose name was Govinda, was sitting reading scriptures. So what do you mean by scriptures? Scriptures are the religious books like Vedas, Upanishads, like that. So Govinda was sitting on the rock reading scriptures, and at that time, so Raghunath, his disciple means his student, his people, in other word we used to call Shishya. Okay, so Raghunath came, and what type of people Raghunath was? He was very much proud of his wealth. He was a proud man. He came there and bowed to him and said, so he, in a respectful manner, he bowed his head. It's a sign of respect, showing sign of respect. And what did he say? Now see the next line. I have bought my poor wealth, unworthy of thy acceptance. So what he told? What did he say? He told that I have bought my, since he was a very proud man, he told that I have bought my poor wealth, unworthy of thy acceptance. Thy means you, your acceptance. Whatever I am bringing, it is not worthy of your acceptance. So I have bought something very poor to you, poor wealth. So he brought a pair of gold bangles, and that bangle was studded with costly gems, expensive gems and emeralds, green color gem. It is very expensive in fact. So it is, he bought a pair of, he showed before him a pair of golden bangles, expensive golden bangles, which were studded, decorated with costly gems. The master took up one of them. So master means here Govinda. He took one of them from those pair of bangle. He took one of them, twirling in round his fingers. You know, sometimes we people just take a key ring, just we move around our fingers, it is called twirling. So he was twirling around his fingers. That way he just moved around his fingers one of the bangles, and the stone darted shafts of light. So when he was twirling in his fingers, it was looking, reflecting means shining. It was very costly, expensive, it's very beautiful. It was shining when he was twirling in his fingers. The bangle was shining. Then what happened? Just move to the next line. Suddenly it slipped from his hand and rolled down the bank into the water. So while he was twirling in his around his fingers, then all of a sudden it came out from his finger, it rolled down and it finally fell into the water. Raghunath, who was a very proud fellow, he jumped into the water. He was greedy and it has a great value for him. So he jumped into the water. When he saw the bangle rolled down into the water, so he also immediately jumped into the water. The teacher set his eyes upon his book, but teacher was busy in studying. He was reading his scriptures. He has no concern. He did not have any concern that the bangle had fallen into the water, and he was busy in his book. Since he was a spiritual person, he did not have, for him these type of things had no value. Okay, so he was busy in his studies, and the water held and hid what it stole and ran its way. So it was stolen by the water, means the bangle was stolen by the water. The water has stolen the bangle and ran its way. The water moved onward, flowed onward. Then at sunset Raghunath came back. So he tried a lot to get back his bangle. He worked hard, but finally at the sunset he came back to the Govinda. He begged him to show him the place where it fell. So he asked him, he requested him, you please show me the place. You please show me the place where the bangle has fallen. Then what did the teacher do? The teacher took the other bangle and threw it into the water, saying, there it is. So what did the teacher say? He threw the other bangle and told him that there it is. So here we have learned that Govinda threw them, both of the the pair of the bangles he threw into the river. First one by chance and second one he threw himself into the river. Why did he throw? To make Raghunath understand that for a spiritual person riches do not have any value, and also a person who has come to seek spiritual knowledge, he has come to learn, get spiritual knowledge from his teacher, from Govinda. So for such a fellow, he should not be so much fond of this wealth. So that's the end of the poem. Hope you have understood. Thank you.